Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. As Nigerians are still brooding over what happened yesterday between Wike's faction and Turaki's faction, that's the new leadership in People Democratic Party. Wike has dropped another line that has left Nigerians in huge shock. And he says, I have never revoked land unjustly or for political reason. I would say, as at this moment, Wike's bulldozer made the unbreakable wall of public disbelief. Also in a related news, Wike has spoken up about the leadership of Turaki and the fact that Turaki has extended the report of what happened yesterday to Trump. That's calling on Trump to help Nigeria out because democracy was facing a difficult time. All through yesterday, all of that had happened. We're going to be looking at these two news in a jiffy. But first of all, let's start up with what Wike said, or the response of Wike on Turaki's call to Trump. Now, according to the news, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has condemned comments by the factional chairman of the People Democratic Party, Turaki, senior advocate of Nigeria, who called for the intervention of United States President Donald Trump in Nigerian political affairs. Report has it that Wike, who hosted members of the South-South Development Commission, led by Chairman Chibudum Nwuche, on Wednesday, insisted that Nigeria's democracy remains stable and is not under any form of threat. Turaki had on Tuesday urged President Trump and other democratic nations to intervene to save Nigeria's democracy following a fresh confrontation between rival PDP factions at the party national secretariat in Abuja. Responding to the comment, Wike described Turaki's remark as reckless and a direct threat to national security. In his word, he says, look at the threat to national security. You are calling on Trump to come and save your democracy when you cannot obey simple court judgment. He noted that Turaki's faction has chosen impunity over legal compliance. In his word, it's a simple court judgment. Don't do this until you have done this. Now you are turning it around against the government. What is their business? You cannot keep your house in order. You are blaming an outsider for not keeping your house in order. The minister stressed that the internal crisis rocking PDP has nothing to do with the administration of President Bola Tinubu. In his word, he says, our democracy is not under threat. People went to court to challenge what you are doing. Then you think, as usual, impunity. Let's do it. We can't continue that way. Wike also took exception to Turaki's claim that Nigerian Christians were facing genocide, describing it as a dangerous and unfounded allegation that warranted immediate investigation by security agencies. In his word, he said, you come out and make a statement on national television to say, look, it is not only a Christian genocide or killing or genocide against Christians. In essence, you have come out to tell the world that what this government is doing is carrying out genocide against Christians, and where are the security agencies? For somebody to make such a statement, you won't invite them to come and say, maybe you know better. You have facts, kindly give us so that we will know what to do. You don't want to say anything, but if it is Wike, you say, do this to him.
If there's a country where we do our function, we do our work, look at what somebody said yesterday. You have the internal problems in your party. Internal, not you have problems between your party and another party. Your parties are not able to put themselves together. You come out and make a statement, national television, to say, look, it is not only killing, genocide against Christians. In essence, you have come out to tell the world that what this government is doing is kind of genocide against Christians. And I want the security agencies, for somebody to make such a statement, you will invite him to come, let me Maybe you know better. You know, you have facts. Can we give us so that we know what to do? Nobody will say anything. But if it is Wike, kill him. Kill him. Look at a threat, national security. They are calling Trump to come and save your democracy. When you cannot obey simple court judgment.
Now, and let's also consider some of his reaction about the issue of not revoking any land. On a related development, Wike has spoken up about the issue of revocation of land, and he says, I've never revoked land unjustly or for political reason. In his response, he says, I have never revoked land for political reasons, and I have never given revoked land to someone else unjustly. You can't revoke land on public grounds and hand it over to another person. But if you fail to comply with development guidelines, don't pay ground rent or abandon land for years, I have the right to revoke and reassign it. Speaking further, Wike expressed frustration at what is described as a culture of entitlement among Nigerians, where citizens demand development and services but refuse to fulfill their own obligation. In his word, he says, people twist facts without even asking questions. Everyone wants roads, services, and development, but no one wants to pay. People generate waste in their kitchen and expect the government to pick it up for free. Everything is expected to be free. You want road built with blood? It doesn't work that way. We must learn to comply with simple rules. We can also warn the SSDC board, that South-South Development Board, against internal squabbles and financial recklessness that had plagued other intervention agencies. He said, today, you are united because there is no project and no money yet. But the money, 50 billion, drops and someone spend it without approval. A fight will start. Those were some of the things that Wike said. But then we just want to look at, the reaction of Wike. First of all, as it has to do with the issue of Turaki. Interestingly, Wike loves that word, impunity. But the question is, who is really fond of impunity? That's one question we should look at. Because, what happened yesterday was a show of shame. Let's tell ourselves the truth. The pressure we saw yesterday was outrightly something that it was condemnable across board. And I feel that the PDP chairman calling on Trump is fair somehow because, like most people have reacted to it, Wike as a former governor wouldn't pull that kind of stunt without a kind of presidential support or backing. Wike's action was totally wrong, and I would say that he will cause, like most people Nigerians have been saying, he will cause the president a lot of issues. Because right now we're trying to battle the issue of genocide. It's everywhere. Now, allowing that what we saw yesterday to happen in Abuja just because you want to always have your way. Come on. It was outrightly wrong. It was outrightly... I as much as I know, whenever you talk about impunity, we will tell you, go to court. If you feel that these guys have done anything wrong to you, the ideal thing was for you to step up immediately, hit the court, and get the justice that is deserving if, whatever they have done was wrong. But to a point where, they were throwing everything left, right, center. It painted the country in a bad picture. It's not good enough for the Nigerian people. And I would say that the deepening PDP fracture with the Wike's word positioning him as the unyielding enforcer while painting Turaki as an outmatch, for me, it's a clear display of unseriousness on the part of the opposition. If you're tired of a particular political party, the ideal thing for you to do is to take a walk, leave the political party. The unnecessary pressure, the political strangulation, give it a name, it's becoming too much, and it's not good enough for our country at a time like this. Just imagine what happened yesterday. Nobody believed that. Now he had also made mention of the fact that he had never revoked the land. I don't have a land there, So I think those who have a land there, they should come out with proofs, because he says there must be a reason. Possibly you did not pay your ground rent. Possibly you had held the land for so long you did not, build on the land and all of that. If you have any contrary opinion in respect to this, I think this is the ideal time for you to come out to tell Nigeria it's not true. Wike had revoked my land despite the fact that I had provable evidence everywhere. We'd like to leave it there. Let's meet our commission and talk more on this.